Welcome back to Patentotech School. Today we are doing health class for week 11. The topic is safety and prevention. Let's get started by going over what you guys wanted to learn about. Over here we can see for sports, Prom, Adam, and Tuntun wanted to learn about sports. Minang, Otto, Kautu, and Porsche wanted to learn about homework. Oryu, Mark, Preem, Ocean, Tonkla, and Maria wanted to learn about cars. Nawin is the only one that wanted to learn about motorbikes. Aka wanted to learn about bombs. And for cooking, we had Opum, Titan, Nada, Ellie, Army, Wind, Kautu, Ryu, and Police. And for fire, we have Nice, Dragon, Almond, Ocean, Maria, and Kun. So that means the three most popular were cars, cooking, and fire. We'll start with cars first. Let's take a look at picture number 1 for cars. We can see a red light and this white car right here is driving directly through the red light. And this white car got into an accident. So this is our first car accident because this car is running through a red light. And how can we prevent that? We can prevent that by always stopping at red lights. So if you see a stop sign or a red light, stop. Now let's take a look at this second picture. This is another way to cause an accident. This car is driving way too close to this car. If this car stops very fast, this car can hit the red car. This is called tailgating. So this is called tailgating. I'll write it down for you. Tailgating. Because this car is on the tail or on the back of the red car. Now, how can we prevent getting into an accident? We have a rule. We should stay far away from the car in front of you. If you're driving slow, then the distance is slower. If you're driving fast, you need more space to stop because the faster you drive, the longer it takes to stop. And the next one. We can see this white car is slipping and sliding all over. And that's because the road is wet. So how can we prevent that from happening? We need to drive slowly in the rain so you don't slip and slide. And now this one, we can see what happens when you don't wear your seat belt. This man got into an accident and he wasn't wearing a seat belt and he went out of the front of the window. That's why it's very important to wear your seat belt. It can save your life. Next, we have a car accident. This green car moved into another lane and hit this yellow car. And that's because the green car didn't check their blind spot. To check your blind spot, you need to turn your head all the way around, just like this lady is doing. She took a look at the blind spot, and she saw this motorcycle before she made a turn. And this motorcycle is safe. So the rule is always check your blind spot so you don't hit motorbikes or cars when changing lanes. So you can see for this red car, this is a blind spot because you can't see this in the mirror. You can see this, you can see this, and you can see this. But this car, you can't see, and this car, you can't see. So if this car doesn't look by turning their head, they can hit the blue car, or they can hit the gray car. All right, let's get back to cooking. So let's take a look at how to be safe while cooking. In the first picture, we have a cut on your finger. And how do we prevent that? You can hold your hand like this. If you put your fingers like this while you're cutting, you can't ever cut your fingers. If you keep your fingers like this, you can cut your fingers. And that's not safe. So when you're cutting, you should always keep your fingers like this, and then your fingertips are safe. Next, we have a kitchen fire. So this actually is part of fire also. If we have an oil fire, we need to cover it up. We should use a lid and close it. Or if it's a big fire, get a fire extinguisher and put out the fire. But never put water. Never put water on an oil fire, because oil fire plus water equals big fire, a bigger fire. See? Fire plus water equals a bigger fire. Okay? And next up, let's take a look at some fire safety for your home. What can we do to be safe? Well, let's take a look at a few here. One, we should know how to get out of your building or your house if there is a fire. 2, you should have a bag ready if you have to leave, just in case. 2, don't leave matches, candles, or cigarettes unattended. I'm going to cross out cigarettes because no one should be smoking. Candles would be something like this. Oops, that's a really bad flame. All right, that's a little bit better. So don't leave a candle on in the house. Don't burn trash. Never leave the kitchen if you're cooking. You have to watch the food always. Okay. Next, we should always check electrical appliances. We should make sure that the cable isn't broken and it doesn't catch on fire. And of course, we need to use fire alarms and make sure that gas stoves are closed before we leave. Okay, so there's a lot of ways for us to be safe, and we will learn a lot more about that next week. And of course, we have a quizzes, and it will be about what we learned in today's video about the car accidents, cooking, and fires. So make sure to watch the video before you do your quizzes. All right, see you guys soon. Bye-bye.